I want to say hello to Shrewsbury Public Media Connection in Massachusetts and WSCS in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, now airing the David Pakman Show. Let's get to a few emails. On the topic of a white supremacist David Duke endorsing the Tea Party, hey, just because one person endorses a group of people doesn't mean that particular group holds that one person's ideals. That's a fallacy. I agree with that, and I said that when we talked about it, Darryl, but it doesn't matter. What the point is, the Tea Party is attractive to white supremacists, even if they're not endorsing David Duke. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all. And it's like they're in a weird situation. What do I actually do about this? Because they don't want his endorsement. They wouldn't want the endorsement of the Klan. But realistically, where else are they going to go? They really are holding on to values that I'm sure that the Klan would actually step outside of its norm to endorse them, because I'm sure that they don't hold all of their ideology, but they hold enough to get their attention, and that's the problem.
It certainly is. On the topic of the waitress at the Chinese restaurant in D.C. thinking I was on a date with Jay Tomlinson from Best of the Left podcast and turning down the lights for us. David, I thought you were gay because you're very hot. Ever been bi-curious? I can't say I have. No, I can't say that. And also, I'm pretty sure Jay Tomlinson has talked about being gay on Best of the Left podcast. I haven't heard that episode. So I haven't heard every episode, but I've certainly never heard that. And on vintage First Amendment misunderstandings among conservatives, it's very easy to understand. You have the right to say anything you want. People have the right to judge you on what you say. Shockingly, even many journalists don't understand the First Amendment. I've heard Wolf Blitzer say things that clearly demonstrated his lack of understanding. I have to agree with that, Darryl. There are a lot of journalists who write stuff or say stuff on the radio or on TV that shows they don't understand the limitations of the First Amendment when it's just so simple, like we talked about earlier. I don't know how to make it any clearer.
When you're dealing with people on television, though, I don't know. For me personally, I got to cut them a break because they're reading a script. And many times they haven't read it before they actually went on air. Even if they did, they probably don't have the ability to change it. Writers are one thing, but when you're talking about the anchor people, they're actors as far as I'm concerned, so it just holds no weight with me.
All right, Sir Darryl, not caring at all. Very good. I like that. We want to thank Sir Darryl for sitting in for Lewis today. He'll be on the bonus show where we'll be talking to him about, is he worried about lawsuits from his phony phone calls. We'll also talk about Dutch trains replacing bathrooms with, this is really, really weird, replacing them with plastic bags. Curious what Darryl thinks about that. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in a few days. See you on the bonus show.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.